Hello. Today we carry on with the process of writing my narrative essay. We have already done the first two steps, the brainstorming step, and then we organized our ideas in order of which we're going to write, either in boxes or in a diagram. Now, from there on, we don't just sit down and start writing the essay. There is an entire process that we have to follow. Now, process writing is required for all your writing tasks during the year. And the first two steps have been covered. Now, at the hand of an example, my first bicycle ride. At the hand of this topic, we are going to discuss the rest of the writing process. Okay, I said that we are doing our writing according to a process, the writing process, and the process starts right with the brainstorming and then your planning in boxes for the paragraphs or a diagram that shows the paragraphs that I'm going to write. Number 3 in the process is writing my rough draft. So actually you're going to sit down and writing now, but you base your writing on what you have planned in the first two steps. Right, now I'm finished with my story. I edit it. Edit means to correct it. We will discuss it a little bit later in detail. Then I proofread it. It's also making more corrections. And then I rewrite my final copy that I can submit. In order to see the writing process is one flowing process, we just need to run through the first two steps that we have done already and see how we make notes. Now these notes are the things that I'm thinking about. This is my brainstorming. Things that crosses my mind. Bicycle ride, wanted to learn, sunny afternoon, front of the house, dad and brother, nervous but excited, got on and so on until I wobble, I fell, I got up, I decided that, oh, I can do it. Practice brings courage and falling is learning. So these are my rough ideas that I'm now gonna cast in a plan. Our next step is to organize our brainstorming ideas in paragraphs. So you are organizing your works, you plan it. I decided that my essay is going to consist of 5 paragraphs, of which the first one is the introduction, second one the body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and the conclusion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. And what I do now is I just list what I'm going to write in each one of these paragraphs. The ideas still comes from my brainstorming. So in my introduction, I'm going to put that it was in the afternoon, it happened in front of the house, I felt excited and nervous. So where did it happen? What was it about? Body paragraph 1, my dad held the bike. I was nervous, gripped the handles, started to pedal. So I can't write the full sentences, I just write words down, exactly like from the brainstorming. Then, next paragraph, my dad let go, I went forward wobbling, and encouragement comes from my brother. He shouts encouragement. Whoa, go on, get it, done. And then I fell. I was in pain, but I decided to get up, bite on my teeth, and try again. Success. My conclusion, I'm going to write about my success, that I actually learned from falling. I had to get hurt to learn something. And the main life lesson that I've learned is to never give up. You could, of course, also do this organization in the form of a diagram, which I will show you now in the next slide. Drawing a planning diagram, in this case we call it a spider diagram because it looks like a spider with a body and the legs out, shooting out like that, is exactly the same as the previous step where we just listed our paragraph. So all we do here, we do it in order. I start there at number 1, 2, 3 at the top. I come down 4 and 5. It all depends on how many paragraphs you have, what the structure of this diagram will be. Now, we do exactly the same as we did in the previous step where we just listed them. We also just listed paragraph 1 will contain this. I put down the ideas that I got from my brainstorm. Number 2 paragraph number 3, paragraph number 4, that tells the whole story. And this is my conclusion. I concluded at the end. I was proud but grateful. I realized that falling was part of learning and that practice makes perfect. And also, the most important, that courage overcomes fear. So that's my conclusion and my reflection in my conclusion. Right. Now that we have our planning in place, we will start writing. So writing an essay, we start with the first paragraph. You write your essay in sentences and in paragraphs. Remember, writing words, words put together in sentences, sentences put together in paragraphs, and every paragraph has a topic. So let's look at paragraph number 1. That is our introduction. I will never forget, this is what I write, I will never forget the first time I rode a bicycle. It was in the afternoon outside my house. My father and brother were helping me. I was very nervous but also excited. Now this is the basic, my basic writing. There's basically nothing wrong with it. All the sentences are complete sentences with a subject, a verb, and in most cases an object. But there's something missing. There's something missing. So I made a few notes. After I've read it a few times, I make a few notes for editing. In other words, for changing it for the better. The language is fair, but it's not colorful. Looking for feeling. I'm looking for feeling, emotion, and lively description. It's a bit boring. It's a bit grey. All sentences are simple sentences. We must have a variety. Simple sentences are the safest to write, but we cannot write only simple sentences. That makes our work very staccato. Staccato meaning in bits. I will never forget the first time I rode a bicycle. It was in the afternoon outside my house, full stop. My father and brother were helping me, full stop. Each one of these sentences is a simple sentence. So I make a note here. All are simple sentences. And we ideally must have a variety of sentence lengths. Some longer, some shorter. When you write your first draft, you will obviously write all the paragraphs, but for time constriction and the fact that I don't want to bore you with a long essay, we are just doing 2 paragraphs for this lesson with editing. So sample editing of the 2 paragraphs that we are doing here. The rest will be your homework to write the other paragraphs as well. The original one, my original draft, I will never forget the first time I rode a bicycle. It was in the afternoon outside my house. My father and brother were helping me. I was nervous but also excited. I made some note and say, I need something to improve something. What? More colorful language. The language must be more descriptive. Better description. I must vary the length and complexity of my sentences. So some sentences simple and easy, and some sentences a little longer and more complicated. I must extend my vocabulary. These are all common words that everyone uses every day, so I haven't put in some new or lesser used words. So I sit down and rewrite the paragraph. Now this is my editing. Normally you would only do this after you've written your complete draft. We do this now after we've written 1 paragraph. And here is my edited version. I will never forget my first bicycle ride because it was both frightening and exciting. Compare that with I will never forget the first time I rode a bicycle. First sentence. I will never forget my first bicycle ride because it was both frightening and exciting. Describing my feelings. Second sentence at the top. My father and brother were helping me. Second sentence in the edited version. It happened one sunny afternoon in front of my house, the place where my father and older brother were waiting to help me. Right, I was nervous but determined. I spell out my feeling and I give 2 words that describe that. Nervous but determined, knowing this was a moment I'd been waiting for a long time. So much more descriptive, more colorful language, variety of sentence length, and some other words like frightening, determined. Yeah, that is about it